Sup you guys, ASD Classified here. So, I'm going to do a review of both episode 2 of Dino Fury and episode 3 of Dino Fury in this video. So let's start with episode 2, Sporax Unleashed. I know it's late, but whatever, shit. Anyway, so this episode, this episode was really weird and it felt like a waste of my time, to be honest. It had the characters doing many questionable things, many stupid things, and I just don't understand why. So first we have the Rangers being like, oh my god, there's aliens about, we need to warn the city, you know, need the citizens to be on high alert. And I'm like, okay, that's smart. You know, they talking about going to police stations and going to buzz blasts, reported on the news. I'm like, okay, this is all smart, yeah. But then they execute this plan by being in civilian form and trying to tell random park ranger that aliens are about. It's like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then the man didn't believe you because, one, he already thinks Amelia is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and then you think he's gonna believe her when she says there's aliens about. Like, all of this is so dumb. It's so dumb. Why not just go to a police station or a news station as the Power Rangers? Everybody and their mama is gonna believe the Power Rangers when they say that there's aliens about. Okay, why didn't y'all just do that from the start? They literally did this at the end of the episode. Zato was on the news talking about call this Ranger hotline if you see any alien activity, you know. So y'all realized what y'all should have did at the end of the episode. I don't know why this didn't click for you at the beginning of the episode. You wasted a whole bunch of my time running around in civilian form trying to get people to believe you, when if you had just morphed at the Power Rangers, people would have instantly believed you. Dumb. But that is not the only stupid thing in this episode. The other stupid thing was that Ollie came up with a plan, right? So the Rangers, they had this tracking device that Void Knight left in their base. So this tracking device, it can track Sporax, you know, the evil aliens. It can track their energy signature so they could find them, right? So Ollie came up with the plan, hey, my mom has a drone. Let's attach the tracking device to the drone, and then we can cover more area and easily find all the Sporax and round them up, right? It's actually a smart plan, but the team, Solon and Zato, were poo-pooing on this plan because they're like, oh, well, we can't mix alien technology with human technology. That can be dangerous. It's like, first of all, we've been mixing alien technology and human technology since season 1. But fine, I'll take your word for it. It's dangerous to do. So what? Take the risk, okay? This is actually a good plan, okay? And a plan that the villains ended up doing in this episode, and it almost would have worked had you not interfered with them. But like, it's a good plan. It's a good plan. It's worth the risk. Mix the damn alien and human technology together. Like, who gives a shit? Take the risk. And okay, fine, if this is so dangerous, then how about Solon builds her own tracking device, build her own drone? Like, is that not an option on the table? Like, I grew up, the seasons I grew up with, you know, had Zordon and Alpha and Billy being able to make whatever the fuck they want, right? So you telling me that the cyborg dinosaur can't make her own goddamn tracking device and drone or something? Like, really? Like, I guess. I mean, you're in a 65 million year old ship. Maybe the shit is too old. I don't know. But like, I just didn't like the idea of them all poo-pooing on Ollie's idea when it was actually a very smart idea, and it was smarter than them running around in civilian form trying to tell anybody who will listen that aliens are about and hope that they just believe you without any proof. Like, and then they tried to make this like a lesson in teamwork for Ollie, even though the episode had the Red Ranger handle the monster in his Zord by himself. Teamwork. Like, please, please. All of y'all are dumb. Dummies.
Stay here. But Dino Fury victory!
The episode has good in it though. Some of the dialogue is good. I like the action. Honestly, that's been a criticism of mine in Beast Morpher. So I like the action in this episode, so that's something. I like the little scene at the beginning where they were practicing like the morph sequence and stuff. But that scene is weird to me. Okay, so in the premiere of Dino Fury, we had Zato in the episode saying like, okay, well, we need to train you guys, like Ollie and Amelia. He needs to train them so that, you know, okay. Then we go into episode 2, and mind you, episode 2 and episode 1 take place in the same day. So we go into episode 2, and I guess training is just practicing the morphing sequence. Really? That's it? When I thought he was gonna train them, I thought it meant like, oh, he's gonna teach them how to fight better. He's gonna teach them some sword techniques. Oh, no. He's just gonna teach them how to morph right. Because apparently morphing is the most important thing, right? Even though you can instamorph. But baby, we need to get the movements and we need to get all of that right. Even though, again, you can just instamorph. So I don't even understand. That's the training? Really? If this is the training that Zato is doing, I kind of see why his team died. Because really, what? Instead of teaching these people how to fight, we talking about, well, you need to learn how to do the flip and the triz and get the keys right. And it's a cute scene, but I was expecting to see a training sequence, and I didn't see it. And I didn't even want to give episode 2 too much grief, because I'm like, oh, well, maybe in episode 3 we'll see a training sequence, but we didn't get one in episode 3 either, so. Also, this episode gave us a reference to Operation Overdrive. Was not expecting that. It's a nice reference, but it's a weird reference. It's like Jane ordered an android from Hartford Industries to work as her robotic slave, I guess. It's weird to me. It's weird. So in Overdrive, Mr. Hartford built a robot, an android, to be his son because he was just so busy with work. He didn't have the time to meet the right woman, and he never heard of adoption. So he decided to build a robot and make it think it's his son. Okay. That's what happened in that season. But now you're telling me that Mr. Hartford is building a bunch of androids and selling them to people to be robotic slaves. That's a big leap from building a robot to be my child. Now you're building a bunch of robots and selling them to be people's servants. It just feels weird to me. I feel like y'all could have did a different reference. I appreciate y'all doing, you know, a season reference for something that's not Mighty Morphin, you know. But like, I don't know. This reference is a little icky to me. It is. You know what you should have done? Since you're bringing up Hartford Industries, everyone knows that Mr. Hartford had Power Rangers working for him. His Power Rangers were on the news. You would think somebody working at Buzz Blast would know that, right? So maybe y'all could have called up Andrew Hartford or reached out to his company or something and maybe asked them to build a tracking device for Sporax. That could have been a better reference. If I was writing this shit, I probably would have put that in there. But you know what? Whatever. So I'd give episode 2 a 3 out of 5. It wasn't as good as the premiere, but you know, it was decent in certain moments, I guess. Moving on to episode 3. So episode 3, Lost Signal. This episode was also decent, I guess. I like the little clips we saw of Zato's mom and him, like, you know, talking about when he first became a knight and his mom congratulating him and giving him like a pep talk, talking about never give up or whatever, you know. I like that, whatever, okay, fine. You know, and I liked how he was a little moody when he thought that somebody from his home planet is reaching out. So he's like, oh my God, there's still like people from Wraithcon 65 million years later, you know. And then he started, you know, getting at a dead end. He wasn't able to figure out what the message is. And he's like, I need some time alone. I like that, you know. I like the action in this episode again too, especially the original, like the unmorphed fight scene with Zato being blind and fighting the Medusa monster. I like that. So yeah, there's good in this episode. There were some funny lines in it, you know, especially like when they went to go see that fortune teller, that psychic, right? And Ollie pretended to be in a relationship with Amelia to prove that the psychic was fake. You know, I like that. And I like I like that one line they said where they were like, so the psychic didn't make a connection? Oh, she made a connection with my money, but that's about it. I like that line. Best line of the episode. But, yeah, this episode, it had good in it, but it had a lot of in it too. So like I alluded to, in this episode, the Rangers receive a signal from like the solar system where Zeto's home planet of Wraithcon is. So Zeto's like, oh my god, what if it's somebody from my home planet? Somebody, you know, a few of them did survive 65 million years ago. Maybe the planet has been rebuilt. You know, 65 million years is a long freaking time. Maybe they reestablished civilization on Wraithcon, you know. So he's getting all excited about this signal, but he can't access it because something was wrong with their old ass machine. 65 million years old. I mean, of course it's broken and busted. So the Rangers are trying to figure out other solutions on how to like figure out what this message is. Amelia suggests going to a freaking psychic, and Ollie immediately like poo-poos the idea because it's, you know, it's becoming a running gag to knock on Amelia because she believes in the paranormal and the mystical, and honestly it's starting to irk me the more that this gag is used. Because again, we're in the Power Ranger universe. Now listen, ghosts have not shown up in Power Rangers as often as aliens have, mind you. So I can understand why somebody would be like, ghosts, I've never seen a ghost, so I don't believe in them. I can understand that in the Power Rangers universe because ghosts don't show up that often in Power Rangers. They've shown up, but they don't show up as often as aliens do. Nobody should be denying aliens. But ghosts, I can understand. But at the same time, there's only so much I can understand. I can be like, I'm not gonna believe in ghosts until I see the proof of a ghost. I can understand that. But to just be like, oh, ghosts, that is absolutely preposterous. Ghosts could never exist. In the Power Rangers universe, are you serious? Are you serious? We had an alien witch living on the moon, sending monsters to Earth every day, and you're telling me that it's outside of the realm of possibility that a freaking ghost can exist. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And then in this episode, we're just acting like psychics. Oh, psychics, that's ridiculous. Nobody's a psychic. That's not... First of all, Zeto is a psychic. Or have we forgotten already that he can read minds? But putting that aside, that your Red Ranger is a psychic. Again, Power Universe, magic, aliens, all that shit exists, but psychics don't. Come on now. Come on now. Okay. Like, I mean, yes, in this episode, the psychic was actually a fraud. Okay, but that... psychics exist in the Power Universe too. I'm just annoyed at this whole, oh, Amelia, you're just so crazy to believe in the paranormal in the Power Rangers universe where all this crazy shit happens all the time. We have multiple dimensions, for God's sake. I'm tired. Okay, we've had time travel. We have a dimension with dinosaurs now. I'm tired. I'm tired of this joke, and I feel like it's just gonna continue to irk me more and more and more. I wish at the end of the first episode Zeto would have said, oh yeah, ghosts do exist. I mean, since he's an alien and shit, maybe he would know. I wish he would have said that, but that didn't happen. So we have to deal with this joke for the rest of the season, I guess, until they see the ghost of the dead Dino Fury Rangers, I guess. I guess that's what's gonna kill this. Like, oh, I guess ghosts do exist after all once we see them fools. So, okay. I have to talk about this monster. Oh my goodness. So we had this monster, Vypeera? I don't know. It's like Vypeera, but not, whatever. Fake Medusa. So, we had this monster, this fake Medusa monster, right? And if you look into her eyes, you freeze up. Like, you just can't move. Okay, interesting power. You know, but if she stops looking at you, then the freeze wears off. That has to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in a while in Power Rangers. Are you kidding me? What kind of power is that? Why would your power wear off when you stop looking at them? That is so dumb. This power is dumb. This is almost as bad as Jungle Fury, where we had the poisonous monster poison somebody, and the cure was a good night's sleep. Almost as bad. Nothing is ever going to be as bad as that. But like, really, you can freeze somebody, but once you stop looking at them, then they unfreeze. This is a ridiculous power. I don't remember that in Greek mythology when Medusa and any Gorgon looked at somebody, petrified them in the stone, but when Medusa turned her back, then they stopped being stone. I don't remember that in mythology at all. Like, okay, just... dumb. But you know what? That doesn't bother me nearly as much as when this Medusa monster froze Zeto and then struck him down with her sword. And nothing. Like, there's no damage, there's no wound, there's no bruise, there's nothing. Why did you even do this scene? Like, I get Power Rangers toned down its violence over the years. It has toned it down, right? So if your violence is toned down to the point where you know you can't like show them getting wounded or something, then why even do a scene like that? Why even have the monster strike him? Why not have the blue or the pink ranger intervene, tackle the monster down or something? Why have that scene happen? Because it looks stupid to me. It looks stupid. You had a monster slash an unmorphed ranger and they're not hurt. Really? 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 I'm sorry. In the seasons that I grew up with, my rangers would have been hurt. They would have had a bruise. They would have had a something. If you're not going to do that, then just don't do that scene. I don't understand. You could have had him frozen, and like I said, had the other rangers jump in to defend him. Dumb, dumb, dumb. And then you had that unmorphed fight with Zato versus fake Medusa, right? I liked the unmorphed fight. You know, I liked it. But at the same time, why is he unmorphed? Why are you unmorphed? Why would you not morph? This is a very serious threat. This is a very dangerous monster that can just freeze you and then hit you. But I guess even if you get hit unmorphed, it doesn't matter. So I guess Zato, do your thing. Is it because Zato's an alien? Is hitting him unmorphed like, you know, hitting a monster and causing sparks? Is that it? Like, I don't know. It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. Whatever, the Rangers saved the day. They're able to activate all their Zords, combine it to the Megazord. They destroy the fake Medusa monster. But, well, not really destroy. Because, as we learned in episode 2, Sporax beasts can't die. When you blow up a Sporax beast, they return back to the Sporax form, that little egg form or whatever, right? So they blew up the Medusa monster. She returned back into a Sporax. Void Knight tried to collect her, but the Rangers got the Sporax beast first, well, the Sporax egg first, right? And then the Rangers just teleport away. Now listen, I can understand, you know, wanting to secure the Sporax, making sure that Void Knight doesn't get his hands on it, but you just run away. You ran away from a battle. Shouldn't you have, like, I don't know, destroyed Void Knight? From episode 1, Void Knight is formidable, but I feel like if all 3 Rangers teamed up on him, they could kill him. So I don't know why they just they just said bye. Y'all should have just destroyed him, but okay. Whatever, man. We wouldn't have a season if you did that, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, this episode is a mixed bag for me. Both episode 2 and 3 are a mixed bag for me. I'd rate them a 3 out of 5. Both of them get a 3 out of 5 rating, but like, they're a mixed bag for me. And at this point, once we get that non-kid Power Ranger show, I'm out. Like, I'm sorry. Dino Fury, yeah, unless you improve drastically soon, yeah, this ain't enough. So once we get the non-kid show, that's what I'm gonna be watching. I'm kind of done with this. Yeah. So if you're watching this review of episode 2 and 3, what did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was meh? Let me know in the comments. Be so kind. All right, later, guys. Ciao, I'm out. One more thing. Oh my God. I've been meaning to talk about this. So, at the end of this episode, the Rangers managed to fix their little machine so they could get whatever message they got from Zato's home planet. It's a bunch of gibberish, or, well, it's a language that they don't understand. And Solon gave us a funny line. I really liked it, where she was like, I speak over 1 million languages, but I don't speak this one. Or French. French is hard. Girl, French is hard. But you know what? I liked the line. That was funny. But yeah, Zato decides to send his own message back to Ravecon, right? Hoping somebody hears it. He sends his own message and he says, "Hey, I'm Zato, the leader of the Dino Fury Rangers." Baby, wait a minute. Now in episode 2, we were like, oh, Zato was telling the Rangers, hey, we have to keep our identities a secret. And now you're just telling people on Ravecon that you're a Power Ranger. How? I don't understand the difference here. Why are y'all keeping stuff a secret at all? I don't even get it. Like, this show would be so much better for me if they wouldn't doing this secret identity thing, or they were being selective in who they chose. Like if Ollie brought his mom in on it, like, because his mom is smart, Dr. O'Connell, right? She's smart. So he brought her in on it. She could help them with Ranger shit. But they want to keep this whole secret thing, and then Zato's just telling people, random people in space, that he's a Power Ranger. What's the point of a secret identity, sir? I don't understand. Why do you even have secret identities? Who are you keeping your identity a secret from 65 million years ago, Zato? The dinosaurs? I don't understand. This show is silly, man. It's silly. It's silly. I need my non-kid show immediately. One more thing. As I mentioned before, the Sporax can't be destroyed, right? And all these Sporax, these are the beasts, right, that the original Dino Fury Rangers fought before, right? Which means Zato should have fought most or all of these things before, right? Which means he should have already knew about this Medusa monster, right? Which means he should have had experience fighting this Medusa monster before, right? I need the writing to improve, man. I really do.